What else we got on the plate
Hey
today?
Rob, did you watch? Hey Rob, did you watch your Republican National Party um, celebration this week, man?
It's not my party. I'm more of an independent guy. So, I mean,
Okay.
so like like being independent, you get to look at both sides. Because I mean, if you're just a Democrat, you're only going to look at the DNC. You're not going to look at what the other side is like providing. So I look at all different platforms, man.
Okay.
Fox News, the MSNBC, CNN, Democracy Now, Young Turks. I mean, it's all different types of platforms I watch. I try to get all sides of the
I
actual.
like Young Turk, yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, right. Okay, so I guess. Well, let me change my question up then.
All right.
Okay. What did you learn from the Democratic and Republican convention? Like, does it make you feel any better or worse about the situation, or pretty much the same?
Good question.
I mean, I just caught glimpses of some speeches, but in general, it was really nothing like in depth as far as policy. I mean, from the DNC side, it is all about identity politics. Oh, we have the first Black woman to be possibly vice president. I mean, it was nothing and basically substance to like all of their party platforms. I mean, it was really nothing. It was pretty empty. But
okay.
Trump,
I'm gonna give my opinion, but I want you guys kind of, if you got any opinion, just kind of.
What you say, E?
I said they said Biden them said they gonna talk more policy during the debates with Trump.
But Nancy Pelosi is throwing the shit out there in which she's saying that Trump is not a legitimate president and Biden shouldn't debate him at all.
Yeah, she did say that, but I mean, first of all, like he said he heard her say that, but he said he's still gonna debate him. And all Trump gonna do is what he did to Hillary. He gonna try to belittle him, and then Biden can go around that shit and hit him with some true policies of what he needs to do. Like I watched a lot of that Republican shit. Dude,
I mean,
they said, do we want to live in they said, you guys want to live in a country where there's looting and war and pandemics? Vote for Trump, you won't have to. But this is the Trump watch right fucking now. And we going through the pandemic, the looting, and all this fighting and shit. I mean, they contradicted themselves so bad. I'm like, it's really an easy win if he don't fuck up. If Biden don't fuck up, trust me. Because they have more Republicans speaking for the Democrats then the Republicans spoke for him. He had to get his fucking family to speak up for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, like, this is my take as far as the whole debate format. I mean, at the end of the day, Trump, he won that shit fair and square. I mean, it really wasn't no funny business. I mean, Hillary, she just fumbled at the goal line, plain and simple. But being that Trump is in the White House, like Biden, he's trying to get it into an office that Trump occupies right now. So if you really want that shit that bad, you got to go through the same process. You got to debate this motherfucker.
You got to. I agree.
If you're not willing to do that, then okay, Trump 2020. Here we go.
But he got to debate him, and I said, he can't fumble because he got, like you said, he gonna have the ball on the 40-yard line with 12 minutes. Just eat the clock up, get in his zone, and win.
All timeouts. Exactly. Yeah, he got all timeouts.
So the ball is in. He got the ball on his side of the field.
Right.
Just don't fumble. Just don't fuck up. Cause he got it. Like I said, I like what the NBA doing, open up their stadiums for voters and stuff to come out. Like I said, the post office finna do the ballots. They finna start coming out real soon. This one of them years where it's like, I hate to sound like Puffy, is vote or die type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just get out there, cause we really didn't go out and vote the last election. When I say we, I mean us, y'all, like black, our people.
Right.
Yeah. What you got? How you feel about it, Phil? Or did you watch any of it?
I ain't watched none of that shit. I watched the first 20 minutes of Biden and some interview Biden had with. Actually, you know what? I did watch Biden's nomination acceptance speech. Other than that, I haven't been watching it because to me, man, it's just. It's just some bullshit. Like,
We got
We constantly going for the okie doke every single time. Black people got to stop this bullshit, man. For real. Like, I get it.
I
Y'all want
say
the
I say hold the
message.
vote hostage.
Thank you. That's what I have been saying, Rob. If we truly believe that this country is ready to go forward, then why do we even vote? We're already the minority in this country. If the majority is ready for this country to move forward, then let's cross our arms and see what the fuck they do. Because I can live in this under these conditions for another 4 years.
What's the worst that can happen? I mean,
That's what I'm saying. What's the worst that can happen?
yeah.
And then you got to think about it too. Like the only way this becomes more fair for Democrats to win, and it seems like they should win. They should win. But you got to keep in mind, Republicans, these motherfuckers crazy. They don't have any limitations when it turns to going out to vote. They'll get their ass up and go vote in the middle of a pandemic with no mask on.
No mask on.
But we got Democrats, and people who fall into the Democratic category are the ones that's so afraid to be around each other. So that means the only way that we're going to really compete in this contest is if they extend the voting period. Because otherwise, you're going to have a 40 million people line at a stadium where you got to wait 45 minutes to fucking vote. You mean to tell me black people going to pull up to this long-ass line and wait to vote? I don't see it happen.
Yeah, if they had iPhones and Jordans in there, they would.
Exactly, but I don't.
If they had chicken sandwiches, they'll do it.
We had a
They're doing it now.
We had a
just give them what they want. Put some iPhones in there.
Democrats are at a disadvantage when it comes to this election because they're going to be hindered by the whole pandemic. I don't particularly care for the Democrats nominee either. I think Biden will fuck up against Trump. He gets too emotional in conversations and starts saying stupid.
I don't see him get emotional. That's why I say he can't fuck up. That's why I was saying that. I don't see him get emotional
like when he was talking to that dude while he was on the trail. He was like, "Man, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of here! Come on, dude. This dude he's old as shit. Like, why do we?"
He got it.
I think. Okay, so this is my opinion.
He's a nice guy, but he an old ass fucking pervert.
But that's why
this is my opinion about the whole thing, and I think that society as we know it is kind of at a crossroads. You know, when you start stacking everything that's been happening this year, from
just this year,
police brutality, racial divide, politics, disease, the pandemic. Society we have so much have been thrown at us this year. I think when it comes to politics, I think before all of this is happening, politics to me was kind of how can I say this? More of a people. It wasn't taken seriously for most people.
It was a side note. Yeah,
it was a side note.
Yeah,
and I think that people are finally starting to realize how much power as a people we have. And it's hard for me personally to sit and watch. And listen, I'm at the point now, I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm for what's at the end of the day, who's gonna have a better future for my kids.
So you're independent.
Yeah.
I guess you can say that. But at this point, I'm gonna keep it 100. If anybody was running for president other than Trump, who had better politics, who had better, who was listening to my needs, I would look at it. You know what I mean? In this case, though, I don't look for Trump for anything. So to me, we kind of stuck with the Biden and Harris. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but it's like it's almost like what Phil was saying. I guess we could hold our vote, but at the same time, I don't want to wait 4 more years because I
That's
mean,
what I'm saying.
because I think we have already seen a hint of what this man can do. Okay,
More
so
than a hint. He had 4
right.
years.
I mean, the man got impeached and kind of got out of the situation even better than he came in. You know, so he already feeling himself at this point. So if he get reelected,
You can't
what's
tell
gonna
him
stop?
shit.
You gonna tell him shit? You know what I mean? And he gonna do his 4 years. He gonna fuck up everything and leave it to the next man to handle it. Okay. With that being said, though, I wish Biden and Harris would be more. I saw an interview with them recently, and the guy asked Kamala Harris, that she was a very big. She wasn't a fan of some of Biden politics during the debate.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
Yeah.
just saying, okay, yeah, there's some things that we still need to talk about that I didn't agree with, but we willing to work through it. We're gonna find a solution.
What
She
she
had
say?
this,
I heard it. Say what she said.
yeah,
We're
she was like,
focused
yeah,
on getting him to win. It's sad.
basically, she basically what she said. She was like, well, listen, I think we agree on a lot of things. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
You
I
called this
think
man a racist.
Right.
She
that's
literally called him a
bullshit.
racist.
That shit was
That's
strong. I
bullshit.
seen that
That's
interview,
why I
man.
said
I was
something.
like, damn, G.
And my thing is, Miss Harris, your track record as an attorney general for California ain't the greatest. Okay, we get, it's public knowledge. It's not the greatest. So stop feeding me the bullshit. Just say, listen, I made some mistakes when I was attorney general for California. I made some mistakes that I regret. But if I'm elected, I'm willing to right those wrongs. I'm willing to work with the people that I harmed so badly to fix those wrongs.
But see, this is where the okie doke comes in though. In that particular situation where you just said you would rather her say that, if she hasn't said it before she started running for president, then it's
She
some
ain't,
bullshit.
she ain't gonna
You
never
just
say it.
pandering. It's pandering.
But that's not. But
She should
Phil,
have
but
used
she
that as
has.
a way to become president.
The way
Phil,
she did it was the way she felt.
But
That's
Phil,
who she is.
But Phil, I don't agree with that. I think she still have an opportunity. The opportunity is kind of going away, but I think she still have an opportunity to make her point and be more genuine at the end of the day. Stop feeding us this bluff bullshit.
But
Like
that's
this,
just the thing though. She is being genuine. You want her to change to make you feel better. That's the problem. That's the okie doke. It makes you feel better. The shit
Right.
is what it is. What it is.
She
made
still
the
did what
decision.
she did in the past. But
but y'all missing my point.
okay.
Okay, it's not for me something. It's not for me to feel better. Listen, once they get in the office, then we can hold them accountable for what she said. Okay, I'm just all I'm saying is if you want the black people vote in general, you have to be more genuine. You have to be more honest with your politics. I don't want to. I'm tired of hearing that we better than Trump. We get that. We all get that at this point. You better than Trump. But what are you gonna do? What is it for black people? Okay, let's just say
Right.
what it is. What is it for the black people that you're gonna do that's gonna help us move forward? Our generation might be too late. What are you gonna do to help that next generation move forward? Okay, yeah, you made some decisions in your politics that harmed black people a lot. How are you gonna fix that in 4 years?
She
So we
said
gotta
she said on a Grigo in an interview and that as far as her policy, she's not gonna have any policy just for black people.
see.
She
honestly,
literally said that.
Can you
Okay.
expect anybody to say anything other than that?
But
Though?
see,
Because if you
but
do, you
see,
come off
but
as a
see,
racist.
but see, my thing. That's my whole point, guys. That's my whole point. If Trump gonna say whatever the fuck he need to say to get your vote, whatever he need to say. Don't get caught up in the same situation. I rather you be brutally honest with me than not honest at all, because that's where I start looking at you sideways. I get it, but Trump helping all his friends right now. He gives two fucks. So
But that's exactly what you want them to do.
that's my whole point.
That's what I'm saying.
whole
You want
point.
you. That's the okie doke though. That's exactly what the okie doke is. We
And
follow
listen,
falling for it every 4 years.
And-
Democrats
and-
come out and position themselves as the party that's for black people, and then 4 years later they ain't doing
Okay,
shit.
okay, fellas. Let me ask you this then. And I was listening to this is a gentleman I listen to in the morning named Maze Jackson. I don't know if you guys listen to him or not, or ever heard of him, but he's on he used to be on 1690 WVON, but
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, he made a point. I think we really should seriously think about in the future. This Democrat Republican situation, it needs to be it needs to be another party. It needs to be another party.
I've been saying that for a
There's
while.
always been other parties.
But
Though, man.
it's
But,
progressive and
but-
independent party, but they never bubble up.
They ain't got that push, right? They always had a different party. Ross Perot was one of those famous that maybe had the chance way back in the day running as an independent. But dude,
Bernie Sanders.
our independent is Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? You right. Maybe you do need an independent that's looking on both sides and can pitch off both sides. But Democrats, like Phil said, they stuck in their man to fuck with Democrats. Republicans stuck in their man to fuck with Republicans. So you got this small, narrow lane. So we independent. We see from both sides. And they like, nah, motherfucker, it's this way or the highway.
Pick a side.
Right.
And that's what a disconnect. That's what a disconnect is. You trying to tell a 20-year-old young lady or a 20-year-old man to go vote for 80-year-old Biden? Come on, man. And Biden ain't saying shit. What is Biden really saying to the 20-year-old or the 18-year-old
I'll
voter
tell
right
you
now?
what he's
What is he
saying.
saying to him?
If you ain't vote for me, you ain't black. That's what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah, so
And come on, man. See, that
Right.
was
He's being
That's
he's
pandemic.
being interviewed.
condescended. He's being condescended. Like, you want people to vote for you, but you want to be condescended at the end of the day? That's bullshit.
hey, when he said that shit, man, niggas kind of looked at him sideways too. Like, what the fuck that's supposed to mean? Oh,
Right. I mean,
Well,
for
at least
the
y'all said.
for the simple fact that we got some great minds in our community, but just to constantly have these people being like interviewed by ratchet rappers, I mean, this woman literally just did WAP a couple weeks ago, and now you got Cardi B interviewing the president to be about
Right.
what policy. I mean, why is he talking to her? Why not talk to Thomas Sowell? Why not talk to Claude Anderson? Why not talk to Michael Eric Dyson? Why not talk to Cornel West?
Thank
Why
you.
is he talking to
Thank you.
Why is he talking to Cardi
It's
B?
pandering. It's
If you can talk to
pandering.
Cardi B, you get the motherfucking 19 to 26, 27-year-old vote. Because they Cardi B fucking with him. No, that's how the politics game run though. If
Right.
he talking to her.
I
That's more
understand it.
relevant for a young motherfucker to say, "Oh, Cardi B fuck with the president."
I
That's how they
understand
think.
it. I get it, but
That's
it's
the okey doke.
it's just like the hot sauce and the purse thing with Hillary. I mean, it's just pandering.
It's the okey doke. We're
Yeah.
just falling for shit
I
that
know
make
what
us
the
feel
fuck
good.
it is,
So-
but you talking about. I'm talking about how to get votes. I'm saying that's how he's trying to get his vote.
So,
That's how he relates
so
to
fellas.
20-year-olds. He asks how do he relate.
so fellas, I want to move on. I want to move on to something more even serious than this. But before we go, we all make good points. Phil, what do you feel is the move we need to make to bring people together in this election?
To bring people together in this election.
Because what I still feel like there's a big percentage of people right now who's really undecided about who they're voting for.
Okay.
And I feel like I don't feel like people. I feel like people want to vote, but I feel like we have been lied to for so long. And I even go back to the Obama administration. Like, I really feel like Obama could have done more. As we see now with Trump, if Obama would have just pushed back a little bit of what he wanted, I think we would have been better off. Trump pushed for whatever he wanted, and it goes right through. And I get it; it's Republican-led Senate and all that. I get all of that, but I feel like this election is like probably the most important ones we ever had. And you got a small group of people over here who's saying they're not going to vote. You got a small group that's saying that they're going to vote Democrat or Republican, and you got another group, which I think it's the largest group of the four, that's saying we're not sure who we're going to vote for. To me, that's a problem. So what do we need to do to fix this political landscape that we got?
Well, the issue is not The issue is that you think it's a problem. It's not that it's actually a problem, because in reality, when you look at the populace and what percentage of America African Americans are, we're still a very small percentage in this country. The dominant force in this country is going to remain what it is.
Phil,
Population wise, hear me out. Just hear me out. So that being said, if the country votes in any direction and we don't get what we want, they're going to blame us. They're going to say it's because black people didn't go out and vote. But the actuality is because the vote went the way it went because that's the way white people wanted it to go. If 90% of the population is white and 10%, and this is not what I'm saying factually, but if 90% of the people are white and 10% of the people are black, does it make a difference how if 100% of the black people vote, what the overall outcome is going to be? Absolutely not. Unless the vote is 49 to 50. If it's that tight, then it really doesn't make a difference because the majority in that case is going to be still white and what the white people want. So why are we giving in to them? If we lose this election, it's going to be our fault. It's going to be because black people didn't go out and vote. That's what they're going to say. They're going to hide behind the fact that all of these white people had the ability to shift the direction of this country in whatever way they wanted to. And if it doesn't shift in the way that's favorable for us, they're going to say, because black people didn't go out and vote, because 200,000 people didn't vote in Georgia, because 200,000 people didn't vote in Florida, because 150,000 people didn't vote in Mississippi. They always pull that stupid shit. It's always our fault if we don't get what we want. No, it's because this country ain't ready to go in the direction that it appears or they presume to make it seem like it's ready to. That's why I agree with Rob. We should hold our vote. Stop spending all of our time trying to be part of a system that doesn't want us to be part of it and build our own fucking system. That's where our focus should be. Let them go and vote. If they vote and they side and they elect Biden in, then maybe they do want this country to move forward with the more inclusive black people. They don't need our vote to do that. They really don't.
And speaking of
But
that,
we
like
feel like we
everything,
gotta be part of shit
but see,
all of the
I
time. We
wish,
gotta be
but
part
we
of that
need
shit.
we need to hold these damn politicians feet to the fire. For instance, why is Trump going? This is my next subject, guys. Why is Trump going to Kenosha? Why?
Because
He's
it was,
he's everything that's wrong with Kenosha right now. Why?
we bitch when Bush didn't go to Louisiana.
Right.
This man going
he
into the
flew-
middle of shit.
he
now we
flew
bitching because
over-
he going. Like what
But-
are we
flew over
saying?
Louisiana.
But you know what he's gonna do, Phil. He's not that
It doesn't matter.
if
What
he
do
was just
you
going
think he's
if he
gonna
was
do?
just but if he was just going there to generate to be more of a peacemaker, that's one thing. But what he's gonna do, he's gonna have a press conference. He's gonna say how good white people are and how good that the guy who shot these kids, Cal Rittenhouse, he's gonna say how good of a person he is, and that's gonna be the news cycle for the rest of the week. That's what
And
he's
when
gonna
is he
do.
going over there? When
And
is he going there?
I don't know exactly when he's going. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. He's going
Well,
Tuesday.
I don't disagree that he gonna do those things, but I will say this. I actually had a conversation with somebody from my old neighborhood about this, about the whole the little young kid situation. What's the boy's name?
Cal Rittenhouse.
Okay. So there was a time in this country where black people were armed up and were standing for the property that did not fucking belong to them in order to protect it from the police and rioters and racists, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was doing the exact same thing for his people, right? What the fuck is the problem?
Yeah. First off, the
It's
motherfucker
because
live
we
in
in
Illinois.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with where he from. The fact of the problem is he was protecting some shit that belong to white people. If we was doing the exact same thing for us, it wouldn't be no problem. True or false?
Phil,
Can you deny it?
Phil, you might have a point, Phil. You might have a point.
Hey, Phil.
Look,
Hey,
right now, it's places in
hear me
Chicago
out.
you could go and it's a 13 or 14-year-old kid standing in front of a abandoned building with an AK-47 under steps protecting an abandoned fucking trap house. We drive right past that shit like it's nothing. This boy out here, and I don't know the full story. I know what I've seen. I've seen videos of him walking through the crowd with his gun, not causing no problems to anybody in the protest, saying medic, asking people if he need help. Then I seen him running down the street from a bunch of people that was trying to fuck him up. They said he shot somebody. I don't know if he actually shot somebody. He probably did, but he was running. They kicked his ass down, swinging on him. The dude had a pistol standing over him like he was going to shoot him, and he busted his gun. So I don't know the full story, but based on what I seen, I don't fucking have a problem with what he was doing.
So what's your vantage point from Jerry Blake as far as that case?
That shit was bogus.
How
Okay,
do y'all
listen.
see it?
Around that.
Listen, I feel. Go ahead, E. You want to start?
He ready. He on fire. Go
I
ahead.
feel. I feel this. we keep trying to make an excuse of why he got shot. But Phil, regardless of what this young kid did, the Kyle Rittenhouse, what he did, how he should have done it, it's always a parallel. It's always a comparison. Where Jacob Blake didn't have a gun, got shot 7 times in the back.
I agree with that.
This motherfucker, this white little 17-year-old won't right past the cops.
Kyle Rittenhouse was going like he was going back to war, walked right past the cops, and nothing happened to him.
Hey, don't forget this fact too. The boy was 17 years old, so he wasn't even lawfully able to should have carried a rifle anyway out of public.
Right, he's supposed to carry a fucking gun.
I don't disagree with that in this situation at all.
So
I understand that.
So I'm just gonna say whatever everybody else.